Alan, action.
I had it on the whole time, right? Yeah, so the great thing about our vehicles here is you guys actually get a couple of things on the addendum of the vehicle. First and foremost is going to be the 3M tent, right? You guys familiar with that tent?
Yep.
3M tent?
Yeah, 3M tent.
I've never even heard of that. How come it's not in the brochure?
It's on the addendum of the vehicle, right? Which hopefully you guys are addressing with the customers up front, right? Because tent costs a lot of money.
Oh, are we charging for tent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They charge for tent, right? You see, you get tent on the vehicle, right? What else do you get on the addendum of the vehicle?
Resistol, nitro.
Right? You get nitro,
Oil changes.
right?
State inspection.
Right. Well, the state inspections and oil changes aren't on the addendum per se, but they do get those complimentary with the vehicle. Right. Yeah. It's
They are on the
All
addendum?
of it is listed.
right, but there's not a dollars and cents for that, is there?
No, there's $1 for that whole package.
Right.
And it says resistol, nitro fuel, 3M tent, oil changes, state inspections, and right down there.
And the total is
947 or 949.
I think it's like 992.
okay. Well, I know that $200 of it is the 3M and actually $199. But either way, suffice it to say, you get 3M, right, which is a great app, right? It keeps the vehicle nice and cool. One of the most overworked things in Wilmington, North Carolina is going to be your air conditioning. It's hot as hell down here. It's ridiculous, right? You also get your oil changes for life, which is really great. You get your state inspections, but then most above and beyond that, one of the things that a lot of salespeople don't talk about is the resistol that we apply to every single vehicle. All right, so you guys have a huge detail department back there. In fact, out of the 40-something stores that I do business with myself personally, it's the only one that has its own standalone detail department, right, by itself, which is really cool. Right? What they do with every vehicle that they bring in, right, is they take and they apply sealant to the exterior of the vehicle and they apply sealant to the interior of the vehicle. It's 3 in total. Right? First and foremost, they have a leather vinyl sealant, which they apply to all the hard plastics and leathers in the vehicle. Right? And what that does is it actually takes and softens everything there. It's a non-silicone based, it's actually lanolin based, which is made out of sheep's wool. Right? What it's designed to do is make the leather really soft. So if anybody here is married and has a wife, she has a really nice handbag, go back there and get some leather vinyl sealant. It's actually really good for leather. I mean, no, seriously, I put it on my shoes. So it's pretty cool stuff. All right? So another thing that you're going to get is going to be the fabric sealant on the vehicle, right? And that's hydrophobic and hypoallergenic. Okay, so you can't be allergic to it, and it repels water. And what's really cool about it, too, is it's antimicrobial. So if your kids or somebody were to spill some milk or anything like that in the vehicle, you won't have any odors from that either, which is a pretty cool thing. All right, but then last but not least, the coolest, most important thing is they're going to apply a sealant to the outside of the vehicle that's going to create a barrier between the paint and the environment. Okay? Now, everybody knows that all clear coats on vehicles are sprayed on. They're atomized, right? Okay, well, those things are actually, over time, will take and evaporate off of the vehicle, unfortunately, in a form of what's known as VOCs, volatile organic compounds, right? This is stuff that we had to take and make the paint sealant out of, the clear coat out of to make the EPA really happy for painting a bunch of cars, okay? But what's unfortunate about that is, have you guys ever seen a car where it looks like it got sunburnt and its skin's peeling? Yeah. Okay, that's actually your clear coat wearing off of the vehicle. And that's exactly what's being prevented by resistol, because it actually seals that clear coat onto the vehicle so it can't be released out into the atmosphere and protects your paint. And if it doesn't, it's backed by a warranty, which we give you for 3 years on the vehicle. It actually shows you right here, weather-induced fading and loss of gloss. Okay, and that's what that's talking about right there. Okay, Geo was notorious for this stuff in the 90s. If you're in the car business as long as Steve, that you would know about that. But then last but not least is on the inside, that 3 years, you're also going to get food and drink stains. Now, if they take the opportunity to upgrade that in F&I, they're going to get a litany of other insurance coverages behind that, because they actually take and apply it not only to the paint, but they apply it to the wheels. But you guys have a lot of painted wheels, and brake dust and painted wheels don't get along, right? That sealant actually protects your painted wheels. And it also takes and protects your headlamps as well, because UV fading, right, and fogging of headlamps, right, really sucks, makes it really hard to see. This protects against that, right? If they buy the upgrade, it also comes with a warranty, which if it does happen, God forbid, we'll pay to fix it. And that's what resistol is.
All right, without the upgrade, what's covered?
Without the upgrade, 3 years of it they're going to get from us is weather-induced fading and loss of gloss on the outside. And food and drink stains on the inside.
When they do upgrade it, what's covered?
Oh man, it's a whole litany of stuff, Steve.
Well, let's hear about the litany.
So they're going to get hard water etching protection, right? They're going to get tree sap, acid rain, bird waste. There's going to be coverage on the wheels, so if they were to get corroded by brake dust, if the headlamps or the tail lights were to fade or fog or something like that, you know, they get kind of glazed over like they have cataracts, stuff like that. That would be covered. Then on the inside, you have food and drink stains, of course, oil-based stains, pet stains. God forbid if you have a dog and it gets something in there. Also covers a puncture in the seat, right? Loose seam stitching. It covers cracking leather, right? I mean, the list goes on. It's a ton of stuff. So anything that can happen on the inside of the car that would be some sort of environmental issue or caused by somebody in your family is going to be covered.
Any questions?
The lanolin-based software, that's opposed to water-based?
That's a great question, actually. So it's opposed to silicone. You guys heard Armor All?
Yes.
Right? Okay, have you ever put Armor All on your seat? You thought you were a real cool guy in your early, you know, maybe late teens, early 20s. You're gonna clean your car, you go buy Armor All from fill in the blank parts store.
Yeah.
Right? What happens when you sit in the seat and you go to make a left-hand turn?
You slide.
Yeah, you slide all over the place, right? Okay, well this is not silicone based. Yeah, sure, yeah. So what it does is it's actually supple and it has a soft satin appear to it, as opposed to this glossy, glazed over, easy to slide all over the place type coverage. That's the big fundamental difference in between the two.
Okay.
And
What's that from, lanolin?
Lanolin is from sheep's wool.
Sheep's wool, that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, yeah, which is pretty cool. Real useless nugget of information. I don't know how I know it, but
You know stuff.
yeah. Which lanolin is really cool. I mean, I was dead ass about the whole like applying it to leather shoes. It's really great. It's what you would use if you cared about minks. Right? You know, mink oil is like the most famous thing to take and treat, you know, leather jackets and really expensive purses. However, it's also not exactly the best thing for the world, you know, so you can actually get it as a derivative of sheep's oil, sheep's wool, which is lanolin, right? A lot better for the environment, and you don't have to, you know, kill the sheep to get it.
Right.
The more you know.
Thank you. Thank you.